everybody and welcome back to the channel. So I just want to say thanks to everybody who's been liking and sharing my videos around. It's really helping my channel grow and it helps me to be able to show you these random games like this one here called Never Yield, Aerial Knights Never Yield. It's a little indie 3D side-scrolling platformer which is like it's like an endless running game. It auto runs for you. The game basically has up, down, left, right moves, and it focuses around parkour, aerial, acrobatic moves type of things, or what they call free running in some countries, but is parkour basically. And the game released recently on it released on PC, on Xbox, Switch, PS4, PS5, yada yada yada, and yeah, it's quite cool. One thing to mention here is that you get both the PlayStation 4 and PlayStation 5 versions for the one price, and it comes with a pretty simple, straightforward platinum. I think the yield on the platinum is like 30-something%. It's pretty high. And that's quite good in itself because you're going to get 50 odd trophies for completing the game. Now the game itself probably only takes about 2 or 3 hours to complete. Now that is the negative about the game. We'll get that out at the beginning. It's a short game. It's quite short. And it's very simple. There's not a grand deal to the game whatsoever. They teach you the basics at the beginning of the jump, up, down, left and right, and that's it. That's the game. Now, what's really cool about the game is that it's got awesome music. The soundtrack is so good. The music is really good. The graphics is really quite cool. Has this really cool cel-shaded type of aesthetic which makes the music and the gameplay and everything blend together quite well. It's almost like it's got some rhythm action type of gameplay to the game, which is quite cool really. I like that. It's just that after that tutorial when playing the first couple of levels, the gameplay pretty much is very similar over and over and over again. It doesn't really stem too far from that original first tutorial concept across any of the 13 levels whatsoever. Now, that is a bit of a negative. The general gameplay, they could have extended upon it quite easily. They could have put a couple of other moves in there, with the shoulder buttons or the symbol buttons or whatever, but they didn't do any more than the raw basics of up, down, left, right, and that's it. Now, the general gameplay is fun. It's flawless pretty much. There's nothing wrong with it. It's just very simple. The music goes well together with it so well, and the game is a lot of fun. And for an indie title like this, at a low price, you can't really go wrong too much. Now, the general gist of it is fun. The game is fun. It's got a lot of I don't really know what to say. It's not got a lot of variety, and that's the struggle with it sometimes. There's one level where you're running upside down, basically up the side of a building as opposed to left to right. That was quite cool what they threw in there. But I think they could have done quite a good job by chucking in some maybe like online multiplayer modes or 4-player co-op speedrun type things. Because the game, they could have done like an endless mode of free running and 4-player or whatever online, and the person who gets the furthest wins. They could have put those type of modes in with probably little effort, but didn't. Now, the experience of a whole is, good. It's just not going to win any groundbreaking awards for like the best indie game of the year, because it's just not. It's got it's got good elements. There's nothing really bad to complain about. It's just not redefining anything or doing anything with it other than the norm, really. And after you've done the first few levels, it's pretty much over with. The design choice is cool. It is nice and enjoyable. The stages are awesome. The game design is pretty cool, and it just is a bit repetitive, and it's yeah, like I say, its variation between levels is pretty much non-existent. It's practically the same, and that's it, really. And like, there's not really much more you can say about it. It's short, like I say, a couple of hours and you've finished it. It is fun, and like I say, the music's awesome. Now I can understand, like, you could probably play this on a Switch and it'd be really good in portable mode because, a couple of levels on, you commute and you're done. That's really cool, actually. On the Switch, maybe it might be more well suited. And as I say, if you're a trophy hoarder and hunter like I am, the double platinum is pretty smart, pretty sweet, isn't it? But I can't help but think they could have done so much more with this game as the concept and everything, and it would have elevated it so much further. Because at the moment, I'd probably say it's like 7 maximum, and maybe a bit more, maybe a little bit more, but it's not pushing those 8s and 9s out of 10. And honestly, like, it kind of missed the mark for me, if I'm being honest. If I'm really being honest with you, it kind of missed the mark. I really like it, don't get me wrong, but it's lacking in that kind of elaborated depth that I was thinking of with it. You think of like free running parkour type things, all these fancy moves and all these different bits and pieces, and you see these people, don't you, running around like lunatics, doing all these acrobatics all over the place. Yet they've simplified it down in this game to 4 buttons. It's not really what you could have done. You could have done you could have done 8 buttons. You could have done, buttons with like up and L2, up and R2 for a different move. You could have done so much more with it, and they didn't. It's like, well, you're not really fitting the concept of a free running parkour type game with the gameplay, because the gameplay is too simple, and funny enough, jumping around like lunatic over multiple different frameworks and acrobatics is not simple. So why do we make the game simple? But yeah, it's yes, 6.5, 7 out of 10, I'd say, but they could have done a lot more with it, and it kind of lets it down. That's not to say you shouldn't buy it. I think people who see this on sale should buy it and should give it a go, but just be warned that the game is over quite quickly, and you might feel a little bit deflated that they could have done more with it, like I have. But I mean, one thing to say is the game music is amazing. I really do love the music in the game. It fits it really well. The aesthetics is really good. It runs perfectly. There is no flaws, no hiccups, no crashes, no nothing. Bug free. I haven't had anything go wrong with it at all. Like, yeah, awesome from that standpoint. It's just that they could have done more with it, and that's about it. And that's something maybe they could do further forward with another game, or maybe they could do a download pack for it, and upgrade parts of the game that way. And it's kind of short-lived, and it kind of makes me disappointed about that, because I was really enjoying it and I wanted to carry on. You know what I mean? Well, anyway, that's going to do it for the video today. If you want to know any more, please just drop a comment down below. And if you're new around here, don't forget to like and subscribe, and I'll catch you on the next one. Goodbye.